Good morning. Um, I have an activity we're going to do this morning, and actually, I have a really cool new toy here that's working. So, if I move this way, it moves. If I move this way, it moves, but it does mean I have to stay pretty still. So, bear with me. All right, so we are on page 133 and we're in the musculoskeletal lab. So we're going to do a little activity, and this won't take much of your time, but you need to find something such as a ball. Okay, I've got a few here that I'll show you will work. All right, some different sizes. This is a lacrosse ball. It's helpful if it's a little squishy. This is even my dog's ball. And I even came up with another prop. So if you can't find a ball in your house, you don't have an excuse. What you need to be able to do is reach around whatever it is so you can get a grip on it and squeeze it. Okay? So I'm going to use this ball because it's a little bit smaller, it's a nicer size for my hand, and it's got some give, so I can actually squeeze it. A tennis ball might be good for this as well. Or if you have one of those stress balls, that would be really good. Okay, so what we're going to do is you are going to squeeze this ball, and you're going to time yourself. So you're going to start out by squeezing for a minute. Okay, that's all. You're just going to squeeze for a minute. And you need to squeeze hard, and you need to squeeze quickly. So you're going to do multiple squeezes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and you want to keep doing it for a minute. And what I want you to notice during that minute is that while you're squeezing, first of all, you're probably squeezing a little bit harder at the beginning. Okay, you're enthusiastic. And then you're going to find that your muscle is going to get sore. And I want you to figure out exactly what muscle is getting sore. Okay, but then I also want you to recognize that over time, probably your rate of squeezing is going to be less. The idea with this is to recognize that muscle gets fatigued. And you know that. You've had that happen all the time, whether it be running or lifting weights or helping lift something heavy or carry your books across campus, whatever it is. So what happens is that muscle that gets achy is actually having a buildup of lactic acid. And you may have heard that before, that lactic acid builds up in your muscle, but why does it happen? It happens because that muscle is using a lot of ATP. It's using a lot of energy. And we know from lecture that that muscle is producing ATP through aerobic respiration, meaning that the glycolysis is occurring, okay, in the cytoplasm, and then in the mitochondria, the Krebs cycle and the electron transport chain are occurring. But that last stage of the electron transport chain is where the electron is dropped off to oxygen. And because it's dropped off to oxygen, what happens then is if oxygen is depleted because you're working hard in your muscle needs more oxygen. If that oxygen isn't forthcoming, if you're not getting enough oxygen in there rapidly, then your muscle can't drop off that electron to oxygen. So now your muscle switches to what's called anaerobic respiration. And anaerobic respiration results in that acid buildup. Okay, and you know that once you stop, okay, so after your minute, if you stop and relax, that burning will slowly go away. And that's as your muscle is reinfusing with that oxygen and it's clearing up that lactic acid buildup. Okay, so make sure you know that for the quiz.